Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. I have Robert Honig from Robert Honig, Attorney at Law, in the studio, and we're going to be talking about what you do. And one of the things, you have a tough job, I think, but I think it's also a very helpful job in that you handle a lot of bankruptcies.
That's right. Consumer bankruptcies, so families who are having financial problems.
And why is it important that we seek attorneys for this? And why do you play such an important role?
Yeah. So it is possible to represent yourself in a bankruptcy. There's people who try it.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
You know, I once tried my own plumbing.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, it turns out I'm not a very good plumber. But when I got into it and I had a problem, I was at least able to turn off the water and get somebody in to fix it for me. A lot of times we see people who try their own bankruptcies get into it and then have a problem that they've created that's so big that even an attorney can't fix for them, or attorneys sometimes don't want to jump in after a case is messed up and put so much effort into it.
So that's where their call, when they're in this situation, should really be to a bankruptcy attorney.
Right, and I'll talk with somebody over the phone, or I think any of my colleagues, any bankruptcy attorney will take a phone call and take a few minutes to talk with you briefly about what you have, or some might want you to come into the office just to talk a little bit, whether it makes sense to file or to get some help. It's much better to try that before you go charging it on your own. I can tell you, the first couple bankruptcies I did, at least I had somebody supervising me to help me out, but it was very scary. It's very intimidating. There's a lot of rules, a lot of subtleties, a lot of problems that you can get into if you do it wrong.